I couldn't breathe when she said it. He's unstable. He lies to our daughter. I want full custody. She didn't tremble the way liars usually do. Not really. Just enough. Just a right quiver in her voice at the word unstable to sound like a woman on the edge. Try to protect her child. Her eyes glistened, perfectly timed. She looked at the judge, not at me, and he gave the slightest nod, as if her performance had already convinced him. As if my role in that courtroom was to simply watch my family get handed off like a package to someone who had just declared me a danger. I couldn't move. I sat there frozen while my lawyer placed a steady hand on my arm, whispering something that never even reached my ears. I wasn't hearing anything. Not the gavel, not the shuffling of papers, not even the breath that left my lungs in slow, stunned intervals. And then, from the edge of that cold courtroom, a voice. Small, clear, unshaken. I brought a video from Mommy's phone. I think the judge should see it. My daughter, 7 years old, standing beside the bailiff, backpack clenched tightly to her chest like armor. Her voice didn't crack. Her hands didn't shake. And in that instant, the entire courtroom exhaled. I remembered everything all at once. The little notes she used to slip into my lunchbox, drawings of smiley faces, crooked hearts with "Love you, Daddy" written in crayon. I kept them, every single one. Maybe it sounds stupid, but I held on to them like they were proof that what we built was real, that it could be again, even when my wife started staying late at work, even when her phone started sleeping face down on the nightstand. I told myself it was just exhaustion, new jobs, new house, new baby. Life was heavy, not broken, but then came the silence, the kind that didn't fill the room, but filled the space between us. Her eyes started to look through me, not at me. She'd correct me in front of our daughter with a soft laugh, chipping away at me like erosion. Asterisk, no, sweetie, that's not true. Daddy's just being silly. Asterisk, I let it go because I believed that if I held on long enough, things would mend. That was my first mistake. I found the messages by accident. Her phone left open on the kitchen counter. Her thumbprint, not mine. The messages weren't explicit. She was too clever for that. But the tone told me everything. Intimacy, inside jokes, names I didn't recognize, affection in words that were once mine. And all of it whispered while I was in the next room, cradling our daughter to sleep. Still, I said nothing. I watched. I waited. I documented. She began recording our arguments, cropped, cut, edited, pieces without context. And when I wasn't around, I heard her whispering to our daughter over the baby monitor. "Daddy's not well. If he ever scares you, come to me, okay?" She was planting seeds. She wasn't just leaving me. She was replacing me in the mind of the one person I couldn't bear to lose. So I hired a lawyer, not to wage war, but to prepare. I already knew where this was headed. 2 weeks later, she filed for divorce, claimed emotional manipulation, asked for full custody. I didn't beg. I didn't fight. I kept showing up. Every pickup, every bedtime story, every scraped knee. I asked my daughter small questions, simple ones. Did Mommy say anything funny today? Sometimes she did. Then one day, I bought my daughter a camcorder, told her it was for her detective games. She loved the idea, saw herself as a spy. I never told her what to do. I never coached her. I just let her play. And one evening, she brought it to me. "Mommy said something weird today. Want to see?" She handed me the camcorder. And on the screen, I saw it all. Her mother laughing in their kitchen, phone in one hand, a wine glass in the other. A voice off screen, his. She smiled and said, "He thinks he's going to win. Poor idiot. All I need are a few crocodile tears, and the judge is mine." I even taught Emma to say he yells. They always believe the mom. I only watched it once. Then I saved it. Then I backed it up 10 times. Stored it on drives. Uploaded it to cloud. Burned it to disk. It wasn't revenge. It was insurance. It was truth. On court day, she arrived in white, like she was mourning something precious. Her lawyer spoke like delivering a eulogy. "Our client has endured emotional instability. She has hours of recordings to support her claim. The judge looked at me like I was already gone, like my rights had expired before I could speak. And then she gave her performance. Eyes glistening, voice trembling just enough to pull sympathy. He lies to our daughter. I'm just trying to protect her. She said it like it pained her, like she was heartbroken to be the brave one. And for a moment, Emma looked at me like she almost believed it, until she reached into her backpack. I brought a video from Mommy's phone. I think the judge should see it. The courtroom froze. The judge leaned forward. The bailiff took the device and pressed play. There she was, my wife, my accuser, wine glass in hand, smug. All I need is a few crocodile tears. Her lawyer stiffened. She didn't speak. The judge paused the video halfway and turned to her. Do you have an explanation for this? She opened her mouth. Nothing came out. I looked at Emma. Calm. Still. Just like I'd taught her. The truth doesn't need to shout. The ruling came 2 weeks later. Shared custody. Counseling for her. The judge issued a warning. Any more manipulation, and she would lose all primary placement. She didn't look at me as we left the courthouse. But I looked at her, not with hate, not with rage, just clarity. She tried to wield the truth like a weapon. I held up a mirror and let her own lies devour her. Emma's with me now half the time on paper, more than that in heart. She knows who I am. And more importantly, she knows who her mother truly is. I didn't scream. I didn't fight dirty. I didn't play her game. I just watched, listened, waited, and when the time came, I handed the judge the shovel. She buried herself. Now I sleep. She spins. Let her.